let's get the elephant out of the room. Antonio is no longer with us, and we love Antonio. We wish him the best. But we knew with the guys we had in our locker room, we already had a good football team. And if he wanted to be a part of it, awesome. If he didn't, awesome. You know, we're going to come out here and we still have to play a game, you know. And, again, we wish him the best. I hope he goes off and has a great year. But the guys in this locker room, the guys that competed during training camp, all off-season, we grinded, we came together, we're a family. And this family is pretty special, and I'm glad to be the quarterback, a part of it.
What happened here the last couple of days may have been, you know, big news to some, but there were no distractions. I think you could tell that tonight. Our team was ready to roll. But, I mean, my God. I mean, I feel like someone's smashing my temple on the side of the head. Get over it, man. It's over. You know, we were good this preseason without him. You know, we're going to be fine without him. And we wish him the best. But, you know, we gave it a shot. And now New England gets their turn. Good luck to them. But I just can't, I can't deal with it anymore, really. Sorry.
I love it. And look, it isn't their problem anymore, and they get to move on. Look, they came out of it terribly. I mean, Mr. T, right? You made the point. The Raiders come out of this terribly.
Well, they do from a standpoint. They gave up a third and a fifth round pick. They're trying to recoup the money. But I will say this from a football standpoint. When you look at John Gruden's success, he's had big power running backs, Michael Pittman, Michael Allstott. And I think this Raider offense moving forward, Greeny, is going to go through Josh Jacobs. There's a great stat in the NFL. Runs plus completions, if you have more than your opponent 80% of the time, you're going to win the game. Last night, they won 50-44. And there's a reason why the Denver Broncos and that great defense had 0 sacks. Oakland was able to control the line of scrimmage and start with Josh Jacobs.
What did you see from the Raiders last night?
I saw a confident team. And two, I didn't see a team playing because of a vendetta against Antonio Brown. I saw an Oakland Raider team that was playing that was absolutely despicable last year, if I could use that word, on the field. And this year, they're playing to their talent. They're playing to their strength. These young guys, you got to remember, too, Oakland is young. They have guys on this team that want to prove to this league that they belong and they can be big-time players.
You know, I'm almost thinking back to Marcus's point. A year ago, the Khalil Mack thing, the way that played out, I think it left a bad taste in the mouths of a lot of the other players. In this case, I think they recognize the organization did everything that they could, and maybe this kind of brought them together.
Yeah, remember, last year with the Khalil Mack thing, it almost felt like the organization was giving up on the team. Where this year, the player, AB, gave up on the team. And so there is a galvanization. I mean, you want to watch Derek Carr last night. This could be the best thing that happened to this team. I know there's going to be an impact on the field, but this might be a rallying cry for this football team to prove we didn't need you.
Now, having said that, if you think the Antonio Brown piece of all of this is over, you are quite mistaken, fortunately or otherwise. And L. Duncan, let's pick it up from there.
Thank you, Greeny. Joined with NFL insider Jeremy Fowler. We will get to Antonio Brown, but you do have, shockingly, other news from around the NFL. Exactly, is there that? After his dang near perfect performance, right, in his season opener, we heard Jerry Jones say of Dak Prescott's new deal, a deal was imminent. Where are we at?
Well, Dak could have a deal any hour now, essentially. So they've been working through this. He should be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league when this is done sometime this week, possibly the highest. But the hang-up is guarantee structure. They've been working through these things because Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, young guys that got deals done recently, they had first-round pick rookie deals, 2 years left on this deal, so they could roll that money over, more to play with. Cowboys don't have that because Dak just has 1 year, $2 million left, so they got to put some money up front. They plan to do that, though.
They also have to put some money for Amari Cooper.
Correct, but here's the problem. Amari Cooper is willing to wait, I'm told. He's got $13.9 million this year. The franchise tag next year is $19-20 million. So I'm told he's being strategic and patient. They've paid a lot of money for all their players, but Cooper's the one that I think will be the most difficult for the Cowboys to get done.
We witnessed Darius Geist go down in his season opener. What's the latest on his knee injury?
So I'm told Geist has a meniscus issue. They're hoping it's a sprain, but they're still working through full clarity there, but he'll miss a few weeks. And so Adrian Peterson is back. I know his Redskins teammates will be happy about that. He was basically their team MVP last year, and so they had him out. They were not happy he was inactive last week. He'll be on the field first and second downs.
From team MVP to unable to dress. And there he is. You knew he was going to find his way into the news and notes. Antonio Brown. What exactly, Jeremy Fowler, as someone who covered the Steelers for many years, what are the Patriots getting with the Antonio Brown show?
Well, the Patriots have no manual for the Antonio Brown experience. It is unique, partly because he has no concept of time. He shows up late. He might show up afternoon. He'll leave the team waiting on the tarmac to go to road games. And so that's the element to watch. Can New England rein that in? Are they going to be fining him every day? And how is he going to handle that?
can't get fined here. Essentially, his entire contract is incentive laden, right? So he has just 15 games to hit all these marks if he wants to get paid. Greeny, keep it going on AB.
Well, I tell you what, and Jeremy went through a variety of details a little bit earlier that were really remarkable as far as I was concerned about Antonio Brown and some of the things that happened in Pittsburgh that were generally speaking kept quiet, about being late for meetings, falling asleep in meetings while listening to music, keeping the team waiting while the plane is on the tarmac and all that kind of stuff. To someone who just sits on the outside and analyzes this stuff, that sounds outrageous and unworkable. Obviously, they worked it in Pittsburgh. How will it work in New England?
It won't. And I'm going to tell you, G, I've been thinking about this as we talked earlier. I've been thinking about this. This is the first situation Antonio Brown will be in where he will absolutely know that this team don't need you.
That's right.
They don't need you at all.
That's right.
So when from a football standpoint or just in the building from a personality standpoint, and then too, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady bringing in Josh Gordon. I think Josh Gordon plays a big part in this because of what they were willing to do for Josh Gordon, staying patient with him, working with him through these. They can only do this, though. This is only okay because it's the New England Patriots. Any other franchise or organization would be haywire right now if they would have signed Antonio Brown.
And Coach Belichick is saying, I really don't care what happened in Pittsburgh. I don't care what happened in Oakland. We're going to go by what we see. Today is a fresh day. Let's stack one good day on top of the next, and we will go from there. Josh Gordon, Antonio Brown, those are great opportunities for the New England Patriots. They're low risk, they're high reward, and the way you minimize the noise is you just put one good day on top of the next. What's going to be interesting to me, though, is watching his body language when that offense is successful and he has to go dig out a safety, or when he has 2 catches and they have 400 yards of offense. That, to me, will be the interesting part, is how he handles the humility of the on the field of not being necessarily the focus each week.
I think the point that you make of minimize the noise is a big one, because the noise has been manufactured by AB. And so I'm super interested in what is the leash in New England. Like, is it, hey, if he shows up to a meeting late once, you're gone? Like, is that the line of demarcation? Is it a social media posting that you don't get approved to be used, or, you know, build a tantrum on the sideline? Like, and I know Brady has had his outburst on the sideline, but that's going to be a fascinating thing. I would love to be sitting in that room going, where is the line to say you can or cannot? Because I got to imagine in New England, he's got one shot.
But Dan, like to Swagu's point, he needs them more than they need him, so he has to be on his best behavior. That's why I don't think we'll see that sort of behavior.
Well, we're going to start to find out. He will be there. He'll be on the practice field with the Patriots starting tomorrow. Meanwhile, a lot of other sports news out there to get to. Elle, let's get up and go.
All right. Jaguars placing Nick Foles on injured reserve on Monday, meaning that the earliest that he could return is week 11. Of course, he has that clavicle injury, had surgery yesterday. The Jags also traded a 5th-round pick in 2020 to the Steelers for quarterback Josh Dobbs. So, Mike, what are they getting in Dobbs?
Elle, I really like Josh Dobbs. We tried to trade for him in the past in Miami. He is athletic. He is smart. He's an aeronautical engineer major, so he's a guy that has a really good upside, very accurate with the ball. I think this is a really smart trade for Jacksonville because it may not just be short term. His upside's compelling.
Had some news out of the college ranks yesterday as well, with USC Athletic Director Lynn Swann resigning on Monday. Paul Feinbaum, your reaction to hearing this news?
I was overjoyed as a college football fan because, this is the 3rd straight time SC has picked up a former player. I mean, Lynn Swann was a great player, but he was a miserable athletic director. They had Garrett, they had Pat Hayden, they had Lynn Swann. Who's next? Reggie Bush, O.J. Simpson? They've run out of former players.
Call that liner. Paul, tell us how you really actually feel. And how about this one? The Mets pick up a crucial 3-1 win. Thanks to that kid, Pete Alonso, House of Yam, first of his name. 46, 47 home runs on the season. It's his 4th multi-home run game of the year, and Alonso now takes sole possession of the Major League home run lead. It was Mike Trout's, who sits at 45. So take a look at the numbers, because not only can Alonso become the first rookie in the modern era to lead MLB in home runs, but he's got a shot at reaching Aaron Judge's all-time record for the most home runs by a rookie, because the Mets have 19 games left on the schedule for him to do it. And, well, he leaves the yard quite a bit. Still ahead on Get Up. Drew Brees' masterclass on the 37-second drive to victory. Our quarterback, Dan Orlovsky's got the inside story.